It's me. I'm the problem, it's me. I know I've been gone for like a few weeks now. I feel so shy coming back, and I just feel like people are like, girl, you've been gone for too long. Like, you missed your moment. Let's keep it pushing. So if you are watching this video right now, I genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, just want to thank you, because I have not been consistent at all. I came with a bang, I was dropping videos, and then I just went ghost. I don't even know what I'm going to say. I'm going to put this out just as a reintroduction, just to be like, oh hey, I'm back. We so young, boy, we ain't got nothing to lose. Baby. So what's been going on with me? I started a business. I do nails now, so I'm a student slash businesswoman. It has been good and bad. Bad in the sense that you always be, well, not always, but for me, I'm always anxious and afraid to do new things, stuff that I've never done before, stuff that I know I'm not good at, right? I've never done this before. I'm still a beginner, and people are still paying for the service. So even if I'm a beginner, it doesn't mean that I have to do rubbish on people's nails. I would get so anxious, like my palms would be sweating and I'm shaking while pushing back your cuticles, you know? And people would be like, you're so gentle. I'm like, yes, I'm scared. Like, I don't want to hurt you. I tip to toe, they're just rough. They remove all your cuticles, what, no. It's also been hard in the sense that I feel like I've gotten very difficult people early on. I thought I would only have to deal with difficult clients like when I was well into it. But at the beginning, I was meeting like difficult people. If you're a nail tech, you know that someone who's coming to do their nails for the first time, they can be so annoying. Like, I love some of my clients, but they're not used to certain things. Maybe they're sensitive to like certain feelings, like the nail drill or filing, and they're just jumping and just saying ow, 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 and you're like, you know. But you have to be patient and understanding, because like, okay, it's your first time. They'll be like, so you're going to file this, right? And I'm like, no, I'm just going to apply the acrylic and just let you walk away. I'm not going to file your nails, right? But it's also been good in the sense that I've gotten a lot of support, and I have gotten a lot of understanding clients from TikTok. Like, my clients from TikTok always be like, oh, we saw, not all of them, some, we saw you're a beginner and I don't want to stress you, so we can just do like a plain nude. And they'll always be so nice and be like, oh, we'll be back. I've gotten like so many recommendations from TikTok. So I have gotten a lot of support, but it's also been hard. There are days where I just wake up and I'm like, I'm not going to work today, and I don't go. Those days when you don't see me posting nails, yeah. If I'm not busy doing other stuff, I'm just like, it's a mental health day. I ain't doing that. I ain't going there, you know. I have drawn some encouragement from a lot of nail techs, and I have found that I'm on the right track. As a beginner, a lot of my struggles are valid and they are normal, and some nail techs who've been in the game for a long time still have them even. So I try not to be too hard on myself. What else? I've decided to start taking care of myself more, you guys. If there's someone who used to have castle, like to remove money to take care of themselves, it's me. I don't know if you can call it having castle, but would just never pull money out of my own purse to be like, let me do my hair or my lashes or whatever. I'll just be like, I'll wait for my dad, and if he doesn't give me, I'm sitting with that mukule in my hair until kingdom come. Now I'm learning, there's just something in looking good. Like, I can literally be having a bad day and I pass by the mirror and I see my neat knotless braids and my eyelashes, and I got my eyebrows microbladed. You guys, this is not makeup. No, these are my brows. I turned 22 and the story changed. I was just like, no more looking crusty, dusty, musty. For what? When I can be looking good? No. And it's just a form of self-care. I'm definitely someone who doesn't like to use my money for enjoyment. Like, chopping other people's money is fun, but my money, majority of the time, I will use on responsibility. Like, so I decided, as someone who's making money, I'm also going to be spreading myself small, small. It's not easy because I just grew up believing that I didn't deserve nice things. And I grew up believing that you always have to work extremely hard in order to deserve stuff. So it's like I would only reward myself after a really long or hard day. There always had to be a reason to do nice things for myself. I couldn't just wake up in the morning and be like, let me go do my hair, let me buy myself perfume or clothes. No, it always had to be this thing of when you work hard, then you get nice things. And slowly but surely, as I entered my 20s, that mindset has been just deteriorating, breaking off more and more of my spirit. And I love that for me. Hard work is important, but you don't always have to like break your back, get to the point where you're exhausted, you've lost weight, you're not looking good. Like, I thought I had to sweat blood and tears to deserve nice things. But just because I'm me, I am worthy of good things. I don't have to work to be worthy. It's not easy and I haven't fully mastered it, but I'm around a lot of people who just spoil themselves for no reason. Shout out to my big sister. Yeah, she has definitely taught me sometimes to just live in the moment with your money, guys. Not all the time, but sometimes a splurge is good. It's good. I have been struggling in my relationship with God, and I think what always throws me off is like the struggles that I face in my own life. I just have this thing where I don't really trust that God will actually give me peace. So instead, I rely on things that in the Bible are regarded as a sin to sometimes just make life feel a bit easier. Sometimes, instead of getting on my knees to pray about a situation, I would much rather scroll on TikTok for hours or ask my friends if they want to go out or just distract myself. It's not easy because I do also feel guilty. It's not like I'm just doing these things with a clear conscience, right? And then you have people every day who come and give you these arguments of God is not real, if he was real, this, and that. And sometimes it does get to you because sometimes these atheists, or not even atheists, just people that don't necessarily believe in like Jesus Christ, they'll just come and they'll have these valid arguments. But I think as a Christian, you have to remind yourself that God doesn't need to make sense to other people, right? And the Bible literally says that the foolishness of God is wisdom to him. Saying like, you look at Christians and think they're silly and they're foolish and they're just doing stuff and we're just making up stuff and whatnot. And we look foolish. Christians, we're actually, I feel like we are the most ridiculed religion. Like you're not going to watch a movie and see people talking about Buddhists or Hindus or whatever. It's always Christians. It's always mocking God. It's always mocking Jesus Christ. So yeah, and aside from that, I am trying to grow my relationship with God. It's definitely not easy, like I said, because sometimes you're like, God, I know you said that life wouldn't be easy, and I get that, but like, does it have to be this hard? Like, I remember the other day, I was sitting in the shower and I just started crying because I was like, ugh. But also, just like, in as much as things are bad, there's also so much good. I was watching a sermon, and what's really weird is, you guys, I was sitting on the couch before watching the sermon and I was like, Jemima, I know that all this not nice stuff is happening around you, but do you ever take time to also acknowledge like the good and what you have been blessed with? And don't be those people that wait until stuff is no longer there or taken away from them to be like, oh, I actually had it good, and now that I don't is when I'm realizing that. I literally went on YouTube clicked on the sermon, and that's what he was saying. He was like, it's not that you don't have enough money, it's not like you don't have enough friends, it's not like you don't have enough this or that, it's that you don't know what to do with what you have. And there's this thing I started telling myself last month. It's like, what did I say? I was just in bed and I had this thought. I was like, work with what you have until you get what you want. It's like with me, if I waited until I got a camera to start my YouTube channel, it would have still been a story I would have been telling people like, yeah, one day I'll start, you know. Even with my nail business, I started with the little I had. I didn't have enough for everything. I only had money to start a class. I didn't know where I was going to get money to buy products after that. I started the classes, I finished. And then now it was like, oh, wait, we don't have money for products. I don't have such a cut. They've stopped. But I took a leap of faith and it paid off. Another thing, very random thing. When you're dating someone, yeah, you're not just dating them, you're dating their character, but also you are dating their friends and their family. Don't say, no, him is nice. I have literally seen people break up because they failed to get along with their partner's friends and family. Like, it happens. People get divorced over such things. You find that you have just this bitter mother-in-law who feels like her son is her boyfriend and she's not ready to let him go. So she just puts you down and makes you feel like you'll never be enough. And him, he's also so in love with his mother in a strange way. He's never going to stand up for you, even though that's what you're supposed to do for your wife. But anyways, child, I'm not married, so I can't speak on that stuff. I was just having little tiffs and bouts with the people in my partner's life. And he would say stuff like, Jemima, you get bothered easily when people don't like you or they don't receive you well. And he was like, there's so many people who you're going to meet who aren't going to like you. And I was like, fair point there, fair point. But there's no way that everyone in your life is going to be stressing me out. We have sorted that out, and that is water under the bridge. But I would just recommend, it's not the most important thing, but if you can, date someone who has sensible people around them. Because you'll start to feel the lack of sense. Because no ways, you guys. And I was getting PTSD from my ex-boyfriend who just had the most useless friends. And I was like, God, I'm not doing this again. Also, recently, I hung around a bunch of people that made me feel like there was something wrong with me, that I just wasn't nice to be around. And that's their opinion, but I started letting it get to me, and I started feeling like I had to be a certain way or act a certain way to prove myself to this particular group of people, or so they would see that I'm actually a fun, a cool, and nice gal. Then, I don't know, one day I was in bed and I was just like, Jemima Chiwe. I was like, no ways. And not even in an egotistical way, but I was just like, no, you guys, I have fought tooth and nail to grow the confidence that I have in myself today. I was not a confident person. I was so insecure. I didn't love myself. I've moved on from that chapter in my life. I'm not perfect at loving myself, but I'm definitely in a way better spot than I was before. And I felt like these people were dragging me back. So what did I do? I removed myself from the equation, because I was like, if my confidence isn't strong enough to deal with that right now, let me leave. But when I do face those people, which I think I did recently, I also say, you know what, I like me. And I think that's what matters at the end of the day. People will perceive me how they want to, not even how I come across. So I'm not going to take it personally. If you think I'm this, I'm that, I'm sorry if that's how you experienced me, but at the same time, I'm not really sorry. People make you difficult to love. Leave. Whether it's a friend, a boyfriend, a family member, just walk away from that relationship and love them from a distance. You don't have to hate them, but those are not your people. Because when I tell you that I'm not even a difficult person, I genuinely just think I just have boundaries, and it upsets certain people that you can't control me. It upsets certain people that I will speak out. If you act funny, if you're being mean to someone, if you're being a bully, I'm going to stand up for people and I'm going to speak when I feel like things are not okay. And some people don't like that. Some people take that as me being confrontational. But there's people that appreciate it, people that see it as courage. So just go where you're loved and appreciated and when people like you, because you guys, I have met difficult people in my life, and me, I don't even come anything close to them. So when people give off that energy of, you're too much, you're difficult, I don't even get mad at them. My spirit just knows that, okay, you're not for me. Because we all have our moments, we all have our flaws, but it's not necessary to be around people that constantly remind you of that. You know, they may not be doing it to put you down or on purpose, but love yourself, be your own best friend first. You know, the way you would take a newborn baby with all the love and care in the world, that is what you are worthy of as well. It's what I'm worthy of. I'm done with this video. There's no space in my 64 GB phone. Yeah, and that's just it. This was a very random video. I was literally just watching Netflix and I was like, Jemima, do something about it. I hope this video finds you well. I hope you enjoyed looking at my face for, I don't know if it's going to be like 15 or 20 minutes. And yeah.